Bouncy day for Bitcoin. I hope you guys have had a great day. Welcome to Simon's Trading Channel. Thank you for joining me for this Tuesday price action analysis video. Let's just get straight on. Let's get straight on with it. Now I've got a new mic set up, so hopefully the sound quality will be rather better than it was a couple of days ago. Now we looked at, or I looked at the weekly momentum yesterday. It's nice and green so far, this weekly candle. Let's see where it ends up on, this will be Sunday evening. But you can see that the MACD is flirting with the zero line big time, and it will continue falling. Sorry, if Bitcoin doesn't close the end of this week, so that's Sunday midnight, above 61,250, it won't cross below the zero line until Bitcoin gets back below 51, call it 51. I'm sure that was different yesterday. Am I going mad? I might be going a bit bonkers. Maybe I was looking at Bybit, not Bybit, at Bitstamp. Let me just check in. 51,250. Not quite sure what's going on there. I feel like there's some sort of MACD conspiracy. But anyway, these numbers are both contingent on where the closure occurs, right? So, at the moment, fair way to 51. It's pretty much this wick low here. It's above this wick low, so you would hope that Bitcoin can defend at least this wick low and not visit on a weekly time frame my big blue box. My big blue box of optimism, hopefully support resistance, if indeed it needs it. And I'm starting to get a bit more suspicious that it won't. But I'm also still heavily biased to more sideways and down within this consolidation area for obvious reasons, because that's what price has been doing for the last, months now. So yeah, that's the daily. Oh, no, that was the weekly. This is the daily. So I've still got my little support resistance line here, and I'm going to leave it there. I think I did it on a 4 hour, so it'll look slightly different for the daily. So I'm going to change it to the daily. So it's basically there. And what I was looking for to give me kind of more reassurance that this kind of downtrend on the lower timeframes is over. The predominant trend is still to the downside, right? But for this to become a bit more of a double bottom rather than on closures, rather than just, something like this, then I would like to see, at worst, Bitcoin retest this area and then make a move to the upside, initially getting above 60,000, but then ultimately you'd only know for sure that things had changed if it got back above here, which is, call it 64. So those are the two things that are going through my mind. I'd only be looking for more downside really with the closure back below 54 and daily closures. And, from a momentum point of view on the daily at the moment, you can see this is going to continue rising, even though pressure is still to the downside. It will continue rising as long as Bitcoin doesn't close today below 55.6. So $2,000 south of where it is at the moment. And 55.6 is back here. So it's kind of a lower time frame support resistance area. So yeah, I think, a sort of cautious optimism for this downside move having maybe played out most of its momentum, but only cautious optimism. Cautious optimism is not to be traded. If I put a Fibonacci retracement for this last move down, as I see it, you can see the 618 is basically at 60,000, and closures, a few daily closures back above there, and definitely a weekly back above there. And I would be really expecting Bitcoin to then make an assault on this high at 64. price turning down anywhere between where it is now and 60,000. It's kind of like a normal retracement with continuation in the same direction as the original move. So yeah, my cautious optimism will get a bit less cautious above 60,000. Until then, it remains cautious. So have a quick look at the 4-hour. The 4-hour is kind of similar to the daily, really. Yeah, you can see the short-term support resistance coming in here. It's basically 56,000, which Bitcoin got support from, you can see there. And it continues upwards. And the momentum on the 4-hour is to the upside and will continue to be green and to the upside as long as Bitcoin closes this next 4-hour candle, which is in 3 hours. Oh, just 4 hours, only just opened above 56.8. So about $1,000 from where it is at the moment. And you can see where that matches up to. That's basically the same support resistance area here. So yeah, 4-hour momentum is to the upside. The trend is still to the downside though. And it's hard to see. I think the change of trend for both the 4-hour and the daily are back above 60, 61 really. Earlier signs that it's kind of going to make a break for it to the upside would be, in my humble opinion, yeah, somewhere sort of between 58 and 59. So if you start to see multiple 4-hour closures there and definitely daily closures, then Bitcoin's got a bit more of a chance to get towards 60, I would suggest. Clearly, all this is just hot air. I would say if Bitcoin starts to close back below 56, although I would like to see a retest here, followed by a move back up. But clearly, 4-hour daily closures back below 54, then my magic blue box is likely to come into play. All right, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for joining me again. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and join me tomorrow for midweek. Maybe check in with CME, see what's going on. Take care. Goodbye.